A Republican.
I am.
What do you do in that event if he is the nominee and it's he and Joe Biden? What do you do?
I vote for Joe Biden.
Despite the large numbers of Republicans that are wholeheartedly endorsing every anti-American thing Donald Trump says and does, there are many like that one Nikki Haley supporter who just can't do it, even after she loses.
I vote for Joe Biden.
I vote for Joe Biden. Now, there were a lot of guys like that one.
And it's a good thing that he supports her against Trump because she's having a tough time supporting herself against him.
I talked to quite a few people in this room already, Governor, who said that if it's Donald Trump, they cannot pull the lever for him if he's the nominee. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the idea that many of your fans want you or no one?
Well, that's why we're going to win. Is because they want someone else. I mean, you go all across the state. People are tired.
But do you support that view? If it isn't you, it doesn't work out, and it's Donald Trump, that they're going to go elsewhere?
I mean, look, I would take Donald Trump over Joe Biden any day of the week, but I'm going to make sure we don't have that option. Everything we've done to get to this point. I mean, keep in mind, people have been saying things for months. Back when there were 14 in the race and we were 2%. Now we are solid second in Iowa, second in New Hampshire, second in South Carolina. We got one more fella to catch up to, and we're going to get it done.
I guess the pressure's on the former ambassador under Donald Trump to literally endorse her primary opponent in the general election against Biden while her campaign is still active. Under that logic, primary voters should see her as irrelevant, shouldn't they? But maybe I'm overreacting, because there probably isn't much of a chance for her to loosen his grip on the brains of their party, but she could at least toss a couple of Hail Marys up the way that Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker did.
Almost half of the base of the Republican Party showing up for this caucus tonight voted against Donald Trump. Think about that. I mean, this is the most famous Republican. He's the guy who, basically built the modern Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party that Democrats are running against. And half the people in that party didn't vote for Donald Trump. So I think that is telling. It tells you the weakness of Donald Trump and also the opportunity for Democrats. Because in the end, look, if the base doesn't turn out for Donald Trump in the general election enthusiastically, and Democrats turn out its base, this is all about, independents. And independents don't like Donald Trump.
I like the attempt at looking at the positives, but I don't think anyone believes that nearly 50% of Iowa caucus goers that didn't support Trump will flip and go with Biden in the general election. But then again, it is worth a try when you lose by 32 points the way Nikki Haley did, and the pressure to drop out is only going to intensify.
Well, the results of the Iowa caucuses prompting this from the Wall Street Journal editorial board, quoting, Mr. DeSantis faces no clear path to the nomination. He should leave this race and give Ms. Haley a chance to take on Mr. Trump one-on-one. House GOP Conference Chair Elise Stefanik taking that one step further, saying she calls on every other candidate, all of whom have no chance to win, to drop out so we can unify and immediately rally behind President Trump.
Those kinds of suggestions are going to start pouring in if Haley doesn't show up in New Hampshire the way that she's hoping to. And let's not forget, she placed third in Iowa behind that governor from Florida who can't remember how to pronounce his own name.
Listen, the way to pronounce my last name, winner.